So today I want to talk about the thought process of putting things together on how you can find individual components and make a thesis for investing. For example, is there a news catalyst, and is there also how can you make money in stocks with a news catalyst as well as current events, and putting those pieces of the puzzles together. So phase one recently, we learn, test, and build from this year to 2029. So all of these components are being driven to go towards the moon. And billions of dollars are being spent by the government. So how can we benefit? So phase two is building the infrastructure from 2029 to 2032. And all of these are the components involved in these. So I'll provide in the next couple slides how you can benefit. Phase three is already planned. Phase three is a permanent moon base to 2032 and beyond. Here are the different components, and here's how you can benefit. So let's put this together. You have phase one, phase two, phase three. So those are already knowns from the government saying what they're going to do and when they're going to do it. One of the time frames, they're depicted here. Main objectives are mentioned here. Most importantly, you have a news event that just came out that they're talking about this. Second part is that the estimated government funding, we're talking $90 to $100 billion being invested in just phase one. Phase two, we have approximately 20 billion. And then phase three, the government has already said you have 50 billion. So you have the news catalyst, plus you have the cash flow from the government. So news flow plus cash flow available, we can all benefit. So this is not a single company endeavor. Multiple companies are being involved. Here is a list of all the companies from Rocket Lab to Lockheed Martin to LDOS. So I have the company name, I have the ticker, I have the industry, and why they would benefit. If they're going to benefit, you can benefit by being vigilant for these opportunities. In this slide, I want to just mention what the industry breakdown is of some of these components, some of these stocks, publicly traded stocks, and here's the public companies with their stock symbols you should be looking for. So let's put all this together. We have a news catalyst that we want to go to the moon to race against China to get to the moon, build bases, phase one, two, and three. We also know that there's government spending. How do we tie the two together? So here is a chronological series of events of how this works. Bottom line is the government funding acts as a catalyst. The private companies build the technology, and then successful innovation can create entirely new industries and sources of economic growth. So those are the three combinations. Now, there is no guarantee with any of this, but it's just a thought process in terms of being vigilant. I try to talk about going to the gym and working your muscles, for example. The same thing with trading, same thing with real estate, same thing with any opportunities. What you're doing is the more you look for opportunities, the luckier you'll get. Ideally, what we're seeing here is a news event, government catalyst, how can we look for it, and how we can look for opportunities. So what I'm looking for right now is you have a series of stocks that are available. What I want to do is now look at each individual one over time. As they start going up, I'll add to my position slowly at first, and then over time, if they keep going up, I buy more, take profits when I can. If I'm watching these, out of 10, only 3 start going up, and the rest the 7 do not go up, then I don't get into them until I see confirming possibilities that the stock is going up. So we've been working hard all week, looking for opportunities in stocks and real estate. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, we need to relax. So